Giannis Antetokounmpo putting up historically great numbers and one win away from a championship. Cassidy Hubbarth gets up early with us this morning in our studio, and RJ rejoins us from Milwaukee. And Cass, there's been so much talk about what Giannis has done on the floor, but the mindset he has brought to this, I think, is actually just as interesting.
Yeah, he's not only having an all-time performance, averaging 32, shooting over 60% from the floor, but how he's giving us insight to his mindset is also worth celebrating. For instance, on that alley-oop, he said that he thought that wasn't the right basketball player, and he even thanked Drew Holiday for trusting him in the moment. But he said that, like, he just was so present in the moment that's what he wanted to experience. And that in the moment mindset, it's something he's been preaching really, not only these whole finals, which he admitted that he thought he was done for the year just 2 weeks ago after his knee bent backwards. But in general, just that in the moment mindset is something that he's really given us insight to. And after game 4, he just had a beautiful description of how he's staying present. Take a listen to this.
When you focus on the past, that's your ego. I did this. We were able to beat this team 4-0. I did this in the past. I won that in the past. And when I focus in the future, is my pride. Like, yeah, next game 5, I'll do this and this and this. Right. I'm going dominant. That's your pride talking. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, you're right here. And I kind of like try to focus in the in the moment, in the present, and that's humility.
And look, he has to win to solidify this, but for me, he already has 3 finals moments: the block, the alley-oop. And as a member of the media, to get that type of insight from Giannis there, that to me was also a finals moment. And he's one of the most improbable stories of a superstar we've seen in the NBA. And he's not only embracing this finals moment on the court, but also off the court. Every aspect of being a superstar right now.
He's so easy to root for also. I mean, taking your allegiance in the series out of it, he makes himself very easy to root for. So let's talk about legacy. This is the time of year, Richard Jefferson, where players' legacies are made and are cemented. Again, he's not yet 27 years old. He has 2 regular season MVPs. He's 1 win away from being the finals MVP. What would this mean for his legacy?
Well, that he was one of the guys that did it the hard way. In a small market where you got drafted. That is a very, very difficult thing to do in Milwaukee, which is not typically a free agent destination. For him to show up there and just not only just build the franchise up, look at what he's done to his body. Look at what he's done to his mentality. Even giving us an insight to Cassidy's point on his free throws. He's like, I might make some, but I'm going to keep going. And that's one of those things where you see and you're like, oh, he's different. This man, and I love what he said in that soundbite. He's present. Not about what he did in the past. No one cares. It's not about what you did, what you're going to do in the future, because that's your pride. It's about purely being present, and he has done a great job of that this year.
His numbers literally are historically good. In the meantime, let's go to the other superstar in this series. And if Chris Paul gets this close at this stage in his career and falls just short and struggling the way that he has, there's a part of me that hates to even ask the question, but I think it's a legitimate one to ask. What will that mean for the way we think of him?
I don't think with the way we look at Chris Paul, and I said this, getting to this finals was never, unless something cataclysmic happened where they were up 3-0 and lost or something along that. I've always believed that Chris Paul was one of the great point guards of this generation. You were hoping that he could get that cherry on top, that championship to seal it. But, look, they weren't favored coming into this series. Obviously, they weren't the best team coming into this series. I really do believe that the Milwaukee Bucks are the more talented team. They're the better team. But the reason why so many people were picking Phoenix is because Phoenix played a beautiful brand of basketball. So your choices were a team that played a better brand of basketball and a better basketball team. And right now, the Milwaukee Bucks have been raising their level, and the Phoenix Suns are having a trouble matching it because they don't have nearly the amount of talent.
Yeah, RJ, I mean, I agree. Ultimately, I think Chris Paul's legacy is going to be he's one of the great leaders that this game has ever seen. I don't think that changes whether they win or not. But really, it's the juxtaposition of Giannis, who's gone straight Neo, where things have slowed down for him, and he's seeing the game so clearly at age 26. Beginning of his prime, if you will. He's already said that, he plans to be on this stage for the next 10 to 12 years compared to a 36-year-old Chris Paul You know, the league there's a lot of parity in this league right now. The pressure is high on him, and he said it himself. This is a Suns team who's lived by this mantra. Everything you want is on the other side of hard. It doesn't get any harder than this, is what Chris Paul said. Now, DeAndre Ayton, a young guy, he said he's actually looking forward to being the more desperate team, that he thinks that this is actually going to be fun. I'm not sure how much fun Chris Paul is having heading into this game.
Not sure how much fun they'll have in that building, which will be loud for Game 6, and you'll see it tomorrow night. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.